Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. It has been a while, but I am back with a makeup tutorial today. I'm going to be showing you how I achieved this kind of festive silver and gold makeup look. If you're interested in seeing how I created it, then just keep on watching. So I just started off by applying this Garnier Skin Active Moisture Balm moisturizer all over my face. I really love this one because my skin gets dry this time of year, and this really helps with that. It offers 48 hours of hydration actually, and I just apply this all over and I'll let it sit on my face for about 5 minutes just to kind of soak in, and it goes under makeup really well. So gives me that hydration so that my foundation will look a little bit better when I apply it. I'm then just going to further prep my skin using the Urban Decay B6 Vitamin Infused Complexion Prep Spray. I'm just going to mist this all over. It just gives your skin a boost of vitamins, and it again just makes my foundation sit on my skin better. This time of year my skin is so dry, and just kind of any added moisture I can get just helps my base makeup look that much better. So I'm just going to mist this all over. It feels really cooling and refreshing, and I just love the way that my foundation looks when I use this one. And then before I get started, I'm also going to apply a lip balm just because I'm going to be doing a matte lip today, and again, my lips are dry too, so just giving them a bit of moisturization while I do my makeup will help prep my lips so that my lipstick will go on better and look better throughout the day. This one is from L'Occitane. It's their Ultra Rich Lip Balm. I got this in the L'Occitane Advent Calendar this year, and I really like it. It's lightweight but really hydrating. So I'm just going to apply that to my lips. And then I'll just leave that on while I do my makeup, and then by the time I'm done, it should be all sunk in, and then I can apply my liquid lipstick. All right, now that my skin and my lips are all prepped, I'm going to go in with a primer for my face. My current favorite right now is the Urban Decay Optical Illusion Complexion Primer. This one's really smoothing. It kind of reminds me of the Benefit Professional, and it works really well to kind of give my skin a smooth finish so that when I do go and apply my foundation, it just kind of blends on the skin really nicely. This one has rosehip oil and argan oil, so it's still hydrating too, which I really appreciate this time of year. And I just love how soft my skin is after I use this one. And for foundation today, I'm going to be using the Urban Decay All Nighter Foundation. This has been my go-to for the past few months actually. I love the full coverage it gives while it's still comfortable to wear, and it just applies really nice, it lasts all day, and I love the finish. It gives me great coverage. I don't really have too much acne right now, but I do have quite a bit of acne scarring on my chin, and then I do have some spots on my nose. So this is just going to help kind of cover that up, give me a nice even finish, and it's really comfortable to wear. So I'm just going to be applying this with a beauty blender. I just pump the foundation directly onto it. I'm just going to kind of spread it out over my face and just blend it in. I'm then going to go in with concealer just to kind of give a bit more coverage to those spotty areas and then highlight my under eye area as well. And I'm using the Urban Decay Naked Skin Weightless Complete Coverage Concealer. They actually just came out with an all-nighter concealer, which I'm dying to try, but I haven't tried it yet, but this is kind of my current go-to. I really like it because it offers full coverage. And again, it feels really lightweight on the skin. I don't have to worry too much about kind of feeling it, and it doesn't really cake or crease throughout the day. So that's really good too. So again, I'm just applying this under my eyes and then just on any areas that need, you know, a bit more coverage. And then I'm just going to take the same beauty blender and just blend everything in. Going to go in and set everything, and for that I'm using my Cover FX Illuminating Setting Powder. This is just going to set everything in place but still kind of give me that luminous finish, so it's not too matte. And I'm just taking my Sigma flat kabuki brush and I'm just kind of putting an even amount all over. I'm just patting it in too so it doesn't look sweeped on. Sometimes you can get kind of brush strokes, but this way I just find it looks a bit more natural and it gives you a bit more coverage as well. in and highlight, contour, and do blush. And for most of that, I'm going to be using the Tarte Pro Glow palette. I got this time last year, I think, and I absolutely love it. It's so great. Inside you have everything you need to highlight and contour. There's a cream contour, a powder contour, and then 4 really beautiful highlighting shades. I'm super fair, and especially so this time of year. So I'm going to be going in with Strobe, which is this lightest shade here, to highlight. And then I'm going to be using Sculpt, which is the powder contour, to contour with. So for my contour, I'm going to just be using a NYX professional makeup brush. This is number 25, just basically an angled contour brush. And I'm just going to be applying that kind of to my hairline lightly and just kind of around the edges of my face. And then I'm also just going to sculpt my face a little bit with it too. And then just take a little bit on either side of my nose, just to kind of sculpt my nose a little bit more, just a bit on the edge as well. And then I'll just take any excess and just kind of run it along my jawline to just kind of define that area of my face as well. For my blush, I'm going to be using a Milani Baked blush. This is in the shade Luminoso, and this was a new product for me this year. I had read so many great reviews about it. It's definitely an older blush, but new to me, and I really love it. It's just a really nice peachy, natural looking blush. So I'm going to be just applying that with my Real Techniques blush brush, and I'm just going to apply that lightly to the apples of my cheeks and just kind of sweep up into the hairline so it blends with that contour. I find that this one just gives a really nice healthy glow that really helps brighten up my skin this time of year. And then I'm just going to go back to my Tarte Pro Glow palette to highlight. Like I said, I'm going to go in with Strobe, and I'm just using my Sigma tapered highlighter brush. And I'm just going to be applying this to the tops of my cheekbones and just kind of sweeping up over the brow. I'll also do just down the bridge of my nose and my Cupid's bow as well. Now I'm going to move on to my brows, and for that I am using the Urban Decay Brow Beater. I'm actually going to use 3 different products, but I'm going to start with this one. So I'm just going to take that spoolie end and I'm just going to brush through my brows to kind of keep them in the spot I want them to be. My brows are pretty full naturally, but I just want to make sure that they're in the right spot. And then when I'm done that, I'm just going to take the pencil side and I'm just going to define the arches a little bit more, kind of trace an outline for how I want them to look that day. So I'm just going to do that now too. So I just kind of go underneath and just like small brush strokes to kind of make it look more natural, and just along the top as well. And just kind of define that tail a little bit more. Then I'll do the same on the other side just to kind of keep them as even as I can. And then to fill them in, I'm using the Urban Decay Brow Box. And I really like this one because mine looks a little bit gross, but you've got the 2 shades to fill in your brows with to create a really natural look. And then you also have this wax to kind of keep them in place. I'm not going to use the wax today, but I am going to use the powders. I'm just taking an angled liner brush from Sephora Collection, and I'm just going to use the powders to fill in my brows and just kind of make them look a little bit more even and full. Everything in place using the Tarte Brow Gel. I really like this one. The spoolie is pretty small on it, but it really helps get you that precise application and really coat the brow hairs. So I'm just going to use that to keep them in place all day. Just as I mentioned, my brows are pretty bushy naturally, and they do have the tendency to kind of move around a little bit on their own. So this will just kind of keep them in place, and it helps them feel natural all day. A lot of brow gels can make them a bit crispy, which I don't like, but this one doesn't do that, so that's really great. All right, so moving on to the eye look that I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to be doing kind of a silver and gold festive eye look. I'm mostly going to be using the Urban Decay Heavy Metals palette. This palette is just so beautiful, and it has a really nice gold and a silver, so I am going to mostly be using that. But I also want to go in with a matte brown just to kind of give a bit more depth to the look, a bit of warmth in there too. And for that, I'm going to be using my Morphe 350 palette, just because there's such a great range of dark matte browns. If I can open it. So I'm probably going to be going in with this shade here, but you could use any deep matte brown that you have. I'm just going to take my Sigma E25 blending brush, and basically I'm just going to take that shade and I'm going to apply it to my crease and my outer corner. So I'm just going to take my time, apply that to the crease, and just really blend it out. And I'm just going to take that same brown shade on the same brush, and I'm just going to apply that to my outer corners, not going over too far because I want the gold to really pop, but just kind of keeping it to the edge there. And then when that's done, I'm just going to take a Sigma E40 tapered blending brush, and I'm just going to blend everything out just once more to make sure that there are no harsh lines. Everything looks perfectly blended. And then lastly, with that same brown shade, I'm taking a Sigma E30 pencil brush. I'm just going to run that along my lower lash line. Not the whole way over, but just until about halfway, 3/4 way across the lower lash line. All right, now going in with the Heavy Metals palette, I'm going to take Twisted, which is that gold shade, and I'm just going to be applying that to the majority of my eyelid. I'm going to leave a little bit kind of in my inner corner open for the silver. So I'm just taking a large angled shadow brush from Sephora, and I'm just going to be applying that to my eyelid. I'm just starting out light with the brush for now to kind of create a base, and then I'm also going to go in with my finger just to kind of like build up that intensity. So it's a pretty yellow gold, but I think it goes really nice with the brown and just kind of helps warm that up. So then I'm going to take the silver shade, which is Glam Rock, and I'm just going to use my finger to apply that. I feel like these shadows work really well wet or with your finger. So I'm just taking my index finger and I'm just going to pat that into the inner corners of my eye and just kind of use my finger to blend it out a little bit so it's a bit more diffused. Also just kind of taking it underneath as well to kind of meet that brown liner that we drew earlier. So I just applied liner off camera because it takes me forever to do it, and I didn't think anybody would want to sit there and watch me struggle. So I just used the Kat Von D tattoo liner to apply the liner onto my just upper lash line. And now I'm going in with the Chartist Lash Paint Mascara. So I'm just going to apply a coat of that to my lashes. I really like this one because it's not too intense, but it still gives really good volume and length. So the brush is easy to use and it makes my lashes look great without being too intense. Again, it's a bolder eye look, but I really do want the lip to pop. So I kind of want to make that my focal point. All right, and now I'm ready to go in with my lip. And for today's lip, I'm using the Too Faced Melted Matte Liquefied Matte Longwear Lipstick. This is in the shade Lady Balls, and it's a really comfortable formula, and the red is just really pretty for the holidays. So I'm just going to be applying that to kind of finish off the look. And that is the completed makeup look. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. My hope is to be back with more videos on a more regular basis now. I'm going to leave a link to my blog and all of my social media platforms in the description box below. So go ahead and check those out if you haven't already, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.